Here, folks, I'm at the Turkmenistan, former USSR. 1992 was the time they all separated and went their own ways. Anyhow, I've been sat there, had some lovely Turkmen soup, which is lamb and bread in a broth. Anyway, that was great. I was sitting down, I've ordered. I wanted to share something very unique that happened to me in there. Why? Because it got even more interesting when a group of host nation, the Ministry of so-called tolerance, and this event is actually under the umbrella of Ministry of Tolerance and so on. And what was so interesting was 6 with 7 came along. I sat on a long chair. It's very unusual. It was all in a row, sort of like a school canteen where you would sit side by side on individual chairs. So anyway, I sat right in the middle. Never experienced that a group of 6, 7 would come and sit there. And they found themselves in a situation where there was 4 seats and it was me, there's 2 seats and another lady sitting there on her own. And I had a seat in front of me, I was on my own. What was interesting was they all came and was struggling, shuffling, reluctant to ask me to move. And there was a gentleman who was from the Turkmenistan pavilion representative who came and said, "Oh, why didn't you just move?" I said, "Oh, why? Do I look different?" I didn't know at this stage that they were from the Ministry of Tolerance here in United Arab Emirates, who are undertaking the hosting of the entire Expo 2020 as it's coming to the end of its session here in Dubai. Another 16 days to go before it finished. What was so interesting was that they were reluctant. Anyway, I got involved in a conversation whilst I've had my little bowl of soup, and the 2 lovely ladies plus the gentleman were saying, "Oh, we are a group from the part of the Ministry of Tolerance." I said that was the most appropriate encounter that we had, particularly for your department and the ministry, because I put you all in a situation where none of you were able to settle to the situation you all faced. But somehow I broke in a word, so-called, "Oh, do I look different? Do I look not welcome to be part of the chair and the table at this cafe restaurant where there's no designated place or reservation in place?" All I did was went and sat down, never anticipated anyone to come and sit alongside me, but to find so-called human beings in their mind. They wanted to sit with their own people, own kind. There is no such thing. There's what is called the human species kind. There's only one that exists on this planet, particularly here at the Expo. It shouldn't be relevant, is it? Because everyone is side by side, enjoying without boundaries and borders. They're having a great time without boundaries and borders, yet in the mind, everything is still separate. Them against us. Here, you and me, him and her. All that has come to, but we're supposed to be as one. No, that is a different education altogether, which I have planted the seed of, which may take not 10 of these expos, but possibly if the human species ever to continue their existence on the planet, it may take probably another complete reset. In terms of reset means a human species to completely not be part of this planet, where the planet takes its own course. And if we ever be intelligent enough, just as other creatures are and other life on this planet is, we may come back as a renewed, intelligent species called a new human race. Until such time, until the minds are reset individually at a very young age, so-called the education is running at an opposite direction. It's in a collusion course at the moment. It's terrible, don't you think?